All right, yeah, again, they're rather repetitious. I do point that out, but nonetheless, they're challenging. All right, they require some thinking to get through. So the first step is isolate the radical. The radical is isolated. The second step is to square both sides. So I'm going to claim that squaring the right side here is incredibly simple. And squaring the left side isn't that bad. What are you going to get? 4x plus 1 plus x minus 8, and then minus 2 times the first radical, second radical. That's done. Now the question is how they get to the next step. Let me go through that with you, all right? So I would need to simplify the sides here. And that would give you, I'll write it down for you. It's going to give 5x, and again, we're simplifying this over here. Let's see, minus 7, minus 2, and you get that radical 4x plus 1, the radical 4x plus 1, and radical x minus 8 equals 9x minus 83. And I got to simplify. It's going to be minus 2, 4x plus 1, root x minus 8. And what do you get there? You get 4x, and let's see, that would be 76, right? Minus 76. I get my ratio. It doesn't look like a minus 76. All right, I think I did okay. I don't see it. So what do? It looks like they divided through by minus 2, and they get this over here. And you'd get, let's see, 76 divided by 2, 30, 38. I'm dividing by minus 2, minus 2x. All right, let me get my highlighter out and indicate I do see that here. 38 minus 2x, and those two radicals over there. All right, so I'm going to start to, I'm working through the problem, and I want to make sure that I'm going step by step with you. All right? Now, someone says, why didn't you write those steps down in the answer key? The answer key would become enormous. I mean, really enormous, and we don't want them to be too enormous. All right? So I'm at this level here. Notice what to do now, square both sides. If you do that, you'd get 38 squared, let's see, plus 4x squared, let's see, minus, this comes the tough part, right? 2 times 38 times 2x. And what does that equal? Well, the product, 4x plus 1, x minus 8. All right, I'm going to write this down. You're going to get 38 squared plus 4x squared. Whoa, let's take a look at that. That's minus 4, right? So 4 times 38, 120, and 32, 152. Let's do the right side. That's going to give me 4x squared minus 32 plus 1, which is minus 31x minus 8. Well, what's nice about this is, subtract 4x squared from both sides. That disappears. And then what do you get? 38 squared minus, that's 38, right? Oh, not minus, plus 8 equals, what would that equal? 121, right? Let's make sure of that. Yeah, 121x. So I want to point out where we are now. And we are at this line over here. Let's get my highlighter out. I'm going to start to erase things. We're there. And this is what you need to do when you're looking at an answer key. You need to see if you get there. I'm going to start to erase all this business over here. All right, here comes the tough part for a lot of students. And I do understand that. So I want to break down what the arithmetic is. It's 38 squared plus 8 over 121 is equal to x. And I realize some of you are looking and saying, I can't do that. You're right. Do calculator then. Just do your calculator. All right. I want to, go through a little bit of work, though, and please do not feel obligated to do any work that you feel is beneath you, like arithmetic. But I'm going to write this over here for you. This is 121. And I'm going to factor out, I want to point out that 38 squared is 38 times 38. So I'm going to actually factor a 4 out from the top to make it a little bit easier for me. So that means a 2 from 38, that's 19, right? So it's actually 19 times 19. And I factored out a 4 from the 8, and that's plus 2. And that still equals to x. Oh, I got to do some arithmetic, don't I? So someone says, why don't you just do 38 squared? I find 19 squared easier to deal with. And let me write that down for you. I'll put it aside for you. 19 squared. Well, 10 times 19 is 190. 9 times 10 is 90. And 9 times 9 is 81. That's 1, 18, 26, 361. So it's going to be 4, 361 over 121 equals x. Well, you know what? I'm starting to see this thing as being a lot easier now. And the reason for that, 121 goes into 361 3 times, right? 3 times, that's 300. Wait a second, I made a mistake somewhere. Oh, I forgot to add the 2. I'm sorry. Let me go backwards. I'm glad I caught my error, by the way, because 361 is not divided by 121. I want to go backwards, and I made a mistake. It's 361 plus 2. Sorry about that. Over 121. But I caught my error. Equals x. And 361 plus 2 is 363. And 363 is divisible by 121. It goes in 3 times. I'm glad I checked myself. That's 363. So it's going to be 3. And what's 3 times 4 is 12. Now, I realize something says, I would have just used a calculator. That's crazy doing all that arithmetic. Yeah, in some respects it is, all right? But what I want to do is say, we did get the same answer it got in the key. But I'm wondering, is it right? Right? So I would, basically stop your wondering here and just see if you can plug it in. So I'm thinking 12. So let's write this down. If x is 12, you're going to get 49. Minus. If x is 12, you're going to get 4. Well, this is more complicated, but I got to write it down. 9 times 12, that's 90, right? 9 times 10 is 90, and 18. That's 108. Minus 83. Well, that's 17 and 8, 25. What do you get here? 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. It checks beautifully. You got the correct answer. All right? Again, if arithmetic's causing you trouble, use a calculator. I don't have any opposed to it. Your teachers might be opposed to the use of a calculator, but I'm not opposed to it. But you should learn, I always say that you should learn the 3 R's in life: reading, writing, and arithmetic. All right? Thank you.